Greetings. I welcome all honorable VC, Shri Akhil Agarwal sir, Honorable DG sir, Shri Jameel Ahmed ji, and I also welcome all HOD faculty members and dear students of SDEC. And I want to give a special thank to my professor, Dr. Pragati Singh, who guided me in each step. I'm here with my girl power for presentation work. This is Shagun Tyagi from BTech first year of branch CSE. Now, I would like to call my teammates for their introduction.
Good morning, all of you to present here. Myself, Ritika Upadhyay. I am a student of BTech first year from EC branch.
Good morning, all of you. Present here, I am Shelly Tomar from BTech first year in CSE branch. Now, I would like to call Ms. Shagun to present our topic.
Thank you, Shelly. Now, I want to introduce my topic, that is nanomaterials and their applications. Here is an introduction of nanomaterials. As we know that the nanomaterials are the substances or materials work or famous at a very small scale. And the length range of nanomaterials is from 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer. Nanomaterials are nanomaterials are used widely in this world or universe, but everybody is not familiar with this. Means to say, we have many people around us who doesn't have knowledge of nanomaterials. Nanomaterials are present in medicines, face scrubs, lotions, cosmetics, paints, etc. Nanomaterials was invented by the well-known and famous personality, father of nanotechnology, named Richard Feynman. Now here, I want to explain some short terms one by one, which are related to this topic. That is nanomaterials, nanoparticles, and nanotechnology also. Firstly, I want to say something about nanomaterials. Nanomaterials are the materials we have structural size smaller than 1 micrometer and they have at least one dimension only. Now, here we have some examples for nanomaterials. That is, first I want to explain lipsum. Lipsum can be between a few nanometers to even 10 microns in size, which consists certain lips called phospholipids. Now we have another example, micelle. It can be formed from amphiphilic copolymers. Gold nanoparticles is also the example of nanomaterials. It have unique chemical and physical properties also, which quite different from bulk gold. Means to say, if we take more quantity of gold, that it's not included in nanoparticles. Now I have another example, magnetic nanoparticles. It can be manipulated using magnetic fields and magnetic material consist of iron, nickel and cobalt also. Another example for nanomaterial is quantum dot. These are tiny semiconductor of nano-rain sizes. Next example for nanomaterials is carbon nanotube. It is one-dimensional system which have a link with single sheets of graphites. Now I have last example for nanomaterials, which is dendrimer. It is a kind of polymer and is highly branched. As we see here, it has many branches. Star-shaped macromolecules with nanometer scale dimensions. Now, cosmetics is also the another example for nanomaterials, like here you see nail paints. Now the turn of nanoparticles. They have three external dimensions in the range of nanoscale only. And these are the particles of at least one dimension smaller than 1 micron and as small like atoms and molecules also. Now we have examples for nanoparticles. First is RBC. We all know that RBCs are the natural carrier for hemoglobin, which requires nanoparticle size to be less than 100 nanometers so that they can enter during osmotic treatment very easily, which was going on in our internal part of the body. We have Next example, DNA. It is well suited to nanoscale construction because the binding between two nucleic acid strands depend on simple base. Human hair is also the example for nanoparticles. On using electron microscope, the scientists confirmed that the particles were forming inside the hairs also. Last example we have for nanoparticles is dust mite. These are developed from biodegradable polymers. Now, here is a turn for nanotechnology. I want to explain nanotechnology is the study of functional systems at very micro level or atomic level, means to say very small level, which we can't explain. Now we have examples for nanotechnology. First is ultra sensitive analyte detection. It is a low cost detection of biomolecules and a capability to monitor treatment of diseases. Next example we have drug delivery. On applying nanotechnology to drug delivery should achieve some benefits, and these are improve the ability to deliver drugs that are poorly water soluble. Last example for nanotechnology we have pathogen removal from blood. This is the process in which there is a transportation of pathogens from surface water to groundwater, which increases the vulnerability of groundwater. Now, I would like to call Ms. Ritika to proceed the topic.
Thanks, Shagun, to invite me. Today I am here to represent the topic properties of nanomaterials. Now let's start my topic. First property of nanomaterial is magnetic properties. Magnetic nanoparticles are used in a range of applications like imaging, bioprocessing, refrigeration, as well as high storage density magnetic memory media. The large surface area to volume ratio results in a substantial proportions of atoms having different magnetic coupling with neighboring atoms, leading to different magnetic properties. But bulk gold and platinum are non-magnetic, but at the nano size, they act as a magnetic particles. Gold nanoparticles become ferromagnetic when they are capped with the appropriate molecules as thiol. Now, next property of nanomaterial is optical properties. The optical emission and adsorption occurs when the transition of the electrons occur between these two states, that is HOMO and LUMO. HOMO means highest occupied molecular orbital, which is balanced band. LUMO, it means lowest unoccupied molecular orbital, essentially the conduction band. In small nanoclusters, the effect of reduced dimensionality on electronic structure has the most profound effect on the energies of two states. Semiconductors and many metals show large changes in optical properties such as color as a function of particle size. Colloidal suspense of gold nanoparticles have a deep red color, which becomes progressively more yellow as the particle size increases as gold spheres of 10 to 20 nanometer exhibit red color. Gold spheres of 2 to 5 nanometer exhibit yellow color. Gold spheres of greater than 20 nanometer exhibit purple color. Now, next property of nanomaterial is electronic properties. The changes which occur in electronic properties as the system length scale is reduced are related mainly to the increasing influence of the wave-like property of the electrons and the scarcity of scattering centers. In certain cases, conducting materials become insulators below a critical length scale as the energy lengths cease to overlap. If a voltage is applied between two nanostructures which aligns the discrete energy levels in the dose, resonant tunneling occurs, which increases the tunneling currents. Now, I would like to call my friend Shelly will continue the presentation.
Thanks, Ritika, for calling me. Today, I want to explain applications of nanomaterial. Firstly, I want to introduce applications of nanomaterials. The size of nanomaterials is very similar to that of biological molecules and structures. Therefore, those nanomaterials find extensive use of nanomaterials with biology has led to development of various diagnostic devices, contrast agents, analytical tools, physical therapy, and drug delivery system. So, first of all, let's talk about the first application of nanomaterials medicine purpose. For example, first in drug delivery, drug consumption and side effect can be reduced considerable by depositing the active agent in the diseased region and inappropriate dose. Non-porous material can be used to hold small drug molecules and to transport them to desired location. Second, tissue repair. Nanotechnology can help to regenerate or to repair damaged tissues and the techniques is called tissue engineering. And the next application of nanomaterial in electronic and communication. Quantum well lasers for telecommunication, high electron mobility transistor HEMT with low noise. Nanoelectronics refers to the use of nanotechnology on electronic components, especially transistors. Nanoelectronics often refer to transistor devices that are so small that interatomic interaction and quantum mechanical properties need to be studied extensively. Many advantages if we use nanotechnology in electronics. For example, first, increasing the density of memory chips. Second, decreasing the weight and thickness of screen. And third one is reducing power consumption. And the other one application of nanomaterial in consumer products. Many products used in everyday life are made with the assistance of nanotechnologies. Cosmetic, pharmaceuticals, sunscreen, powdered food are only few examples of end products containing nano-sized particles. Now I want to explain. Computer hardware, mobile and communication products, camera and films. Nanomaterial are used to develop semiconductors with much advanced properties. These include transistor from carbon nanotubes with nanometer dimensions, memory chips with density of 1 terabyte per square inch, very high speed transistor from single atom thick graphene film. Now, our teammate is here to represent a small video.
So let me show you a video on nanoparticles. Particles are everywhere. Clothes, cosmetics, electronics, food and medication. 50,000 times finer than a strand of hair, they measure roughly a billions of meters. Nanoparticles exist in an environment that use volcanic activities. For example, they can be a result of pollutants like smoke called ultrafine particles, but in general, they are synthetic, either by splitting source material or an agglomeration of atoms. They are present in powder, milk, or solution form. The size of a nanoparticle gives unprecedented physicochemical properties such as resistance or transparency active on a microscopic scale. The same molecule on a nanoscale becomes very efficient. For example, silver nanoparticles have antibacterial and antifungal properties in nanomaterials. So, in the above video, we saw that how nanoparticles relate to our day-to-day life. Means to say, the conclusion is that nanoparticles is a part of our life and plays a very vital role. Now, I, Shagun Tyagi, and my team thank to all for their precious time for us. Now, at last, if anybody have any kind of query or question, then you all have a right to ask. So, anybody have a question? Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Shagun. Thank you, Shelly, and thank you, Ritika. Amazing presentation. Well done. Anybody have any question? Okay, thank you.